What's up, people? Welcome to the Stay Up channel. Let me turn the car off. Well, I just wanted to make a video today about me starting my sober journey. Yeah, my last time ingesting tree was last night. So if you can see, I just started my birthday on the I Am Sober app. So it says 57 minutes because I just started it like 57 minutes ago. But my actual time, if I wanted to start like from the last time I ingested, it was last night, probably at like 9 p.m. So yeah, feeling pretty good on the first day out. I say I'm restarting my sober journey because I actually was trying to get sober off a tree in October of last year. My grandparents died, but I lost both my grandparents, and I wanted to quit tree for them, at least quit everything for them. But I think that was just too, it wasn't from a place of like my needs being met, and or from a place of like I was doing it for someone else, I was doing it for something else, and I wasn't doing it for myself, or like my reasons for getting sober weren't as strong with just that than if it were for like I need to get my shit together or something like that, like a reason for myself. So yeah, I was sober for like 2 months, maybe like 4 months, and then I was like I started making YouTube videos, and I hit all those videos. The ones where I was sober and like first starting my YouTube journey, because I don't know, I don't like those videos. They're okay, they're kind of interesting, but they're kind of boring as well. But anyways, I was sober for about 4 months, and then I relapsed for about, I want to say like 6 months. And my timing might be off. Like I might have only been sober for like 3 months or something like that. But yeah, here we are today, 6 months later, and it's my first day sober again. Yep. But this time will be different. Yep. That's what they all say, right? So yeah, I've been struggling on and off because I've been trying to get sober since like 2 weeks ago, and I've been struggling on and off trying to stay committed. And the main reason for me is like I don't ingest during the day. But at the end of my day, I just want to wind down because like I just like my ADHD medication that I took in the morning, and plus my caffeine intake, either through energy drinks or caffeine pills, supplements. I have like a jittery feeling, or I don't feel the need to sleep, and that's kind of dangerous for me when being bipolar. Being bipolar too, so I have to really regulate my sleep a little better than the average person. So yeah, I mean, I need the stimulation in the daytime because of the nature of my work, but I also need to wind down. And so like I could take melatonin, and I should be taking melatonin, but I've just been self-medicating with like my vape, So yeah, I haven't bought any, but I had like this leftover vape that was like really cheap and it tasted so bad, but I just wanted to hit something, so I hit it, and I've been hitting it for like 3 nights now, and it puts me to sleep pretty good. But I know that like I'm gonna get to this later on in the video, but my reasons why for quitting, I need to uh find a better way to deal with those problems, you know, in a more sober way, in a way that doesn't show up in my pee. And I'm not talking about no kratom or anything like that, you know, like I'm talking about like melatonin or yoga, sauna, ice baths, stuff like that. So I gotta get into those routines. And yeah, I already showed you my sober time. So I have 57 minutes sober apparently. And I like to start my sober days in the my sober time in the morning, because I like to wake up to a new start of like seeing my sober day, because I hate having to wait until the middle of the day to see that my sober date changed the next day over, or waiting until nighttime to see that my sober day changed to the next day over. Like I want to wake up and be like, oh yeah, I'm this many days sober, and it's like the next day. And even this time I started it a little late. I wanted to start it at like 6 a.m. and then have my sober day start every 6 a.m. of the day, so that I could wake up to it. But, you know, I woke up kind of late today. I was sleeping in. It's my off day, you know? I can sleep in. So what am I going to do to stay sober? If I get a craving and I feel like I need to hit that vape or do anything to ingest, I know that I actually need to like go for a walk or take a nap or go in the sauna, steam room, work out. What else is that? Take my vitamins, drink electrolytes, drink water, and do all those things first before I think about ever hitting that pen or going out to the dispo and buying that vape, you know, spending my money, my hard-earned money. I also told myself that if I ingest tree after July 1st, which is my actual serious sober date, like I cannot ingest July 1st. I wanted to actually start my sober day 6 days before my serious sober day, July 1st, because I knew that I would have cravings. I knew that I would have these emotions and stuff. And so I was like, no, I actually have to be sober by July 1st, because I'm going to be doing these programs and stuff later on in the year that require me to be drug free. So I gave myself a time frame of how much time it's going to take for me to get it out of my system. And July 1st seems to be the first day of that time frame. So yeah, I told myself, I gotta get sober before my actual date. You know, just trick the brain a little bit. Trick the brain, and yeah. But I said if I ingest tree and I relapse, I have to take an ice bath for 20 minutes and I have to run 2 miles. And I do not want to do either of those things. But I told myself, and I will keep that promise, like you will see a video of me, and you won't see a video of me running 2 miles or doing a 20-minute ice bath, because I know that I have this in the bag. And this video will be proof that, like, I have this in the bag. I don't know how much proof is 57 minutes sober, but it will be, like, I'm holding myself accountable right now, you know? So yeah. Can't ingest tree, especially after July 1st, because then I gotta run a mile or do 2 ice baths, which is a pretty good deterrent, I'd say so. So remind myself of my whys for quitting tree, One of those whys being that I'm starting school in August. So I tried to do school, and I think I was like halfway through the semester, and I relapsed and I started smoking again, maybe even earlier than that. And it was a spring semester, and I started smoking. I tried to do school, and I always do this. I get stressed out from school, and then I start ingesting tree again, and then I do horribly. I perform horribly in school. So, one second. So yeah, I perform horribly in school, and then it takes me forever to complete school. I've been in school in community college for 7 years on and off. I did have a gap year, a 2-year gap year. I was working as a delivery driver for this company. And so yeah, I've just been in school for a really long time. And I'm old. 27 years old. I'm not that old, but I'm 27 and still live with my parents. I don't have a job. I just spent time with my family, and my cousin that's like 5 years younger than me is about to graduate college, like a 4-year college, and I'm still living with my parents, and I'm still trying to take these classes, these prerequisites for my nursing degree. And I'm just like, yo, bro, like, you're taking a long time, man. You're taking your sweet time. And I'm privileged to do so, but at the same time, I gotta be aware of my privilege and not take advantage of it and do my best. So that's one of my reasons why I've been in school for too long, and I have to get done with it, get complete, and get a job and move out and have a higher income than just $17 an hour. And also another why is I'm not just a student. Well, I am a student, but I work part-time. And like I just said, spending my hard-earned money. Dude, I make $17.50 an hour. I work 40 hours every 2 weeks. Add that up. Every two weeks, my paycheck comes out to like $700 on a good week if I work all my hours and everything like that. $700. If I were to spend $80 of that, that's like a sixth of my paycheck, and like maybe even like more. So, you know, I can't do it. And maybe my math is wrong. Let me see. What's 700 divided by 6? Okay. Well, 80, 116, you know, it's around there, you know. I spend around like $116, especially now, because my dispo that I frequent just stopped doing 30% off. So I'm just like spending full price on a pen that only lasts me like a week and a half if I were to use it sparingly, which I don't. So I'm like, yo, that money could be going somewhere else. It could be going toward my school fund, going towards paying off my credit cards, because I am in credit card debt. Not that much, but I'm slowly paying it off. But I have to put that money towards better use than just like burning it away and wasting my hard-earned money. I want to invest with as little as I make, and also I don't pay any bills or anything right now, fortunately. So I should be using that money to put towards like my Roth IRA, my taxable brokerage account, my other investments that I invest in, commodities and stuff like that, you know, just like responsible investing and looking out for my retirement, or looking out for my building like an inheritance for my children that I hope that I can have one day if I don't take so long being an adult and messing up and being a guy. So yeah, saving money, being better in school. Yeah, I like to spend my money on assets, not liabilities, and tree is a liability. It For me, it's an extra liability because I'm bipolar. I shouldn't even be ingesting it, really. I am medicated, so it doesn't really affect me how it used to when I was unmedicated and ingesting tree, but it's not the healthiest. I want to have like a balanced mood, a healthy mind state, and I also want to save my money. So there's that. Another why is I have to be able to sit with my uncomfortable thoughts without trying to numb them down with substances. Whether it be alcohol, tree, even in my younger days, I was numbing out with even like stronger things. Nothing, not like pills or anything, but like psychedelics. And all those things led to me being in and out of the hospital. And I'll get into those stories maybe someday. I'll share those stories with you on this channel. But I won't get into them today. It's just too much time. But yeah, I was in and out of the hospital, fighting people that I shouldn't be fighting, almost getting arrested, all these things coming from my substance use. And fortunately now I was still using substance up until recently, and I have been having a good run by not getting in trouble or being violent or anything like that. And I also got a job, and I'm keeping that job, so I'm actually doing pretty good, apart from ingesting tree every night. But yeah, I know that I can do better, and there's always room for improvement. So yeah, another part of my whys is I know I have to channel that energy. Instead of numbing it, I have to channel that energy into putting it towards making something. I am like a creative person. I've been wanting to play guitar for a really long time, and I've just been too lazy or too high to actually practice guitar or any of my disciplines. I've been wanting to learn Logic Pro for a long time. Haven't learned that software to make music. And I haven't, it just like tree, it makes me introspective, lazy, and what else does it do? It makes me like not process things as fast. And so I've noticed that like my processing is so slow when I'm like on tree. So I know that if I were sober, I can actually learn and retain the information that I'm learning. And that will be so beneficial for me. Like reading more. Any of those hobbies require memory, discipline, and retaining information, memory. So yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking also one of my disciplines or hobbies that I want to get into that I stopped doing when I relapsed was YouTube. So I want to post at least every week on Thursday, most likely, because that's my off days. And yeah, this channel will just be about like mental health, wellness, self-care, self-improvement, money maybe. I'm kind of hesitant on the money part because like I don't really like discussing my finances to the world, especially as like how much I wear my heart on my sleeve, and like how I post my address kind of, or like my house location, it doesn't seem like secure to discuss finances. It just seems like it would make me a target. And I'm not rich or anything, but I want to be rich. And so I don't see rich people showing their portfolios to the internet and stuff like that, you know? Like, as cool of a video concept that would be, of like monthly reset videos of my income and my finances, for me personally, I just don't want to be putting it out there like that. But that'd be a cool thing to maybe do at some point, maybe. But yeah, going on hikes, vlogging my day in the life maybe, and stuff like that. Just this channel will be for my journal. It'll be my video journal channel for everything that I want to do. And I know my first video was like giving back to the homeless. And I enjoyed doing something like that. I want to do more of that. So the more money I save by not spending it on tree, the more money I can do putting it back into YouTube videos, investments, and my hobbies. So yeah, I really appreciate you watching this point of the video. If you are thinking of getting sober, I suggest you try MA or AA or NA and get some support. I don't use MA anymore. You got to do it yourself to get a feeling for it. Some points I don't feel like doing it, and right now in my life I feel like I can get sober without it. I just don't feel like going into a room every week or every multiple times a week and talking about my issues with other people and then hearing their issues. I feel like I'll just get like, what is it, vicarious trauma or something like that. And I just don't feel like trauma dumping or anything. I'm into Stoicism and Stoicism and Buddhism for my regulation of my emotions, my thoughts, and stuff like that. And I like to use those principles and live by those principles, read those self-help books and stuff like that. I'm just in my part of the journey. I'm not really into the MA scene, but it helped out at some point. I had like a year and a half under my belt using MA, going to meetings and stuff like that. So get that support, journal out your emotions and stuff like that, you know? Do self-care. A lot of self-care days. Take that time out for yourself. Take those naps. Eat that candy if you need to eat that candy, you know? Get a nice drink for yourself every day. Not an alcoholic drink, like an iced tea or something. And yeah, if you are sober and if you watched this point of the video or anything, comment down below how you have accomplished being sober, and I would love to hear your journey. And if you're thinking about getting sober, tell me about what you've been through, you know, and what your reasons and what your whys are for wanting to be sober, wanting to get sober. What's got you interested in that kind of thing? So yeah, I would love to know. And I just want to congratulate everybody that is sober and is watching this video, just to maybe, if you're watching this video, just to remember how far you came, you know. I'm a young buck in this. I'm baby in the sober thought type. I'm a baby, okay? A sober baby. Not 9 months yet, but I'm trying to get there, you know? I want to learn from you. And I congratulate you if you are sober, you know? So yeah, that's where we are in this video. It's a pretty long video already. Sorry, I talk kind of slow, and I have like notes. If you can see, I'm like reading off my notes because I didn't want to forget anything, and I figured that if I use a script, that there'll be less uhs, ums, and pauses. Did that help? Did it work? Probably not. I gotta do some editing, of course. But yeah. Till next time, guys. See you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep on rocking in the free world. And peace.